Food connects all people. It's the basis of life, enjoyment, and culture. In every movie theater, you can smell buttery popcorn at the concession stand. And at every party, you find yourself wandering over to the snack table. And on Christmas Eve, you leave a plate of cookies for Santa. What people don't think about is where your food comes from and how it's grown.
When you pick up a bushel of bananas, have you ever stopped to think about how these bananas ended up here? Those bananas could have traveled from Ecuador, Guatemala, or Costa Rica. That is over 3,000 miles away from California. To think about the gallons of fuel which went into transporting those bananas to your hands right now is tremendous. Even processed food comes from multiple sources. Experts have estimated that each person who has bought U.S. system food uses up 500 gallons of gasoline a year. This is why it's so important to learn about food mileage. Nowadays, there is country of origin labeling, or COOL for short, a label which informs the consumer where the food has come from. So what can we do to help the environment and reduce our food mileage?
You will find organic food. Organic fruits and vegetables may be hard to find if you don't know where to look. For example, you can go to a farmer's market. There you will find organic food which hasn't traveled 1,000 miles to get to you, but is in a close radius to where you live. Organic foods will not only help the environment, but also you. The definition of an organic food is the product of a farming system which avoids the use of man-made fertilizers, pesticides, growth regulators, and livestock feed additives. They will decrease the risk of diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart ailments. Buying food locally doesn't only provide a healthier lifestyle, but steers you away from processed food. These processed foods contain multiple artificial ingredients and pesticides. To guaranteed organic foods at a market, look for a fair trade label. The Fair Trade Certified label reassures consumers that their purchases are socially and environmentally responsible.
By buying locally grown food, you are also helping small farms out as well. When you buy locally, farmers get paid more as opposed to buying food in the supermarket. Farmers only get 20 cents for every dollar you spend. So, if you go to a farmer's market, the farmer will receive a larger sum of money to continue supporting their farm.
There are other ways of helping the environment and reducing food mileage, such as gardening. Building your own garden is the most trustworthy way of obtaining organic foods because you decide what kinds of fertilizers and pesticides come in contact with your food. There are ways to grow food by yourself. One option is at home. If you don't have the space to garden at home, there are still many options of growing. Another option is community gardens. These give families and individuals without land of their own a space to garden.
Video on food mileage and how it affects the community and you. We hope you can take away more knowledge about what it takes for food to be on your table and that in the future you can use some of the things you've learned to make better decisions when grocery shopping and maybe even considering starting your own garden.